figure it out. So let's get things going in the kitchen today with Saba's Mediterranean cuisine. Owner George Shankool, he is going to demonstrate how to make baklava from scratch. What's your favorite sandwich?
Euro sandwich.
Oh, duh, of course.
I brought one in honor of Sandwich Day.
Of course. We didn't plan that, did we?
No.
You just sort of knew
no.
that. Okay.
I know everything.
Well, we are going to, over the next couple of segments, we're making homemade baklava. Is it a hard thing to make? Does it take a long time?
It is an art.
Okay.
That is for sure. You know, there's a lot of tedious steps involved into it, and once you get the feel for the phyllo dough, then it's smooth sailing. But until that, it's really difficult, really, to play with such a fine dough.
Now, is all baklava the same? Is there like a traditional, or you can sort of put your own spin on it?
You can play with it. You can put your own spin. You know, traditionally, I grew up eating it with walnuts in it, but I like pistachios better, so we're making pistachio baklava today.
So you've changed it around a little bit.
Yeah, and they come in different shapes and sizes. You can make triangles. You can roll them. You can pinch them. There's all kinds of different ways.
Does it all have honey in it?
Well, a Greek baklava would usually have the honey with it. We're making a Middle Eastern style baklava today, so we're making simple syrup instead of the honey.
Okay.
It's not as heavy, so it's lighter. It's still got the sweetness to it, but it's, I don't know, I just found that people really like it.
I'm sure we're going to love it. So as you get started, again, you're from Saba's, and you guys have been in the Valley since 1995, and we love having you on the show. And
well, I love being here.
It's working for you. Lots of people are coming in and trying your food.
Oh yeah, and we're introducing people to a new cuisine that maybe they haven't tried before, and it's healthy and it's fresh, and there's just so much to do, you know. And we have a little American fusion in there for people who don't like to step outside of the box. So we'll play with our traditional old cuisine and add a modern flair to it, so it kind of gives people a little spin.
Well, let's do it. I'm
We
ready.
are going to start off. We're going to grind our pistachios here. So we're going to start off putting these into our food processor. It's going to be a little loud, but you know, sometimes you got to suffer to enjoy
the good stuff.
enjoy the wonders of life.
Now, are we making like a paste or something? Or?
No, we're gonna grind it so it's more. I wouldn't say like a powder. It's gonna still have some texture to it. It's gonna be a little smooth. We'll say
I'm not even gonna try to talk over it, even though I'm talking over it.
And the reason we're gonna pulse it a little bit. It lets everything settle. And you see here, I didn't have to get it too fine. You can go as fine as you like. Some people like it a little bit more fine. I like the little crunch to it. So what we're going to do is add this into our mixing bowl.
That's a lot of pistachios.
Yeah, we have a little over a pound of pistachios that we started with. Then we're going to add our sugar. And you can actually substitute for like sweetener. Just use the recommendations on the packaging. And you can...
How much do you think? Like a cup?
This is a 1.25 cups that we're adding into this mix.
And we have the recipe online, I believe, right?
We do, yeah.
Okay, good. So.
And then I'm adding, this is a family secret. This is something that we do.
Are you going to tell us what that is?
This is cardamom.
Okay, can I smell it?
Smell. It is my favorite.
It doesn't really have a...
It's
very light smell.
Well, usually it's very aromatic and it's... I wouldn't even say
I was
it's just
expecting
different.
to smell it and
no,
it'd
it's
be
not,
really strong, but it's very mellow.
No, it's a great smell. It adds just this little extra to the baklava when you make it. And now I'm sprinkling some cinnamon on top. I just want to kind of cover the top lightly. We don't want to add too much. Maybe a tablespoon.
Okay, and cinnamon's really good for you, I hear. So.
Oh, it's awesome. So what I'm going to do is get this mixed up really nice, and I like to kind of spin my bowl while I'm mixing because it makes sure that everything gets mixed in properly.
Okay.
Then,
are you very hands-on? I mean, you're doing it.
Oh, I love.
Okay.
If you don't feel your food, then you know.
Then you shouldn't eat it.
Exactly. You don't know nothing about it unless you got your hands into it. So now we're going to start actually a simple syrup as well. And I have
more sugar.
More sugar because sugar is delicious.
Yes, it is.
So we're going to do 2.25 cups of sugar. We're going to put it into our little saucepan here. I'm going to turn this on.
And my guess is you want it on low so you don't burn the sugar.
No, I'm turning on a high because we're making a syrup. So I'm going to add a cup of water to it. And what this does is it's going to super saturate this water. So it makes the water boil, and it's going to allow the molecules of the water to expand, and the sugar is going to be super saturated into it. So this will actually turn clear once it boils. And what that's going to do is be the topping when we're finished with our baklava.
Right.
So it's really good.
Now, simple syrup you can make ahead of time and just keep in the refrigerator, right?
You can, but the trick to that is you have to add a little lemon to it once it boils, and what that will do is stop it from hardening.
Okay.
And you don't want to overboil it. Once it turns over and turns clear, turn it off and pull it off of the heat.
And that's when you put the lemon in it, or you'll have already put the lemon in it?
No, you put it in right then, and then after that, it'll stay. But if you don't do that, if you let it continuously cook, you're going to make candy.
Right, and it's going to harden,
exactly.
Right? Okay, that's good too, though.
So we can always prep our lemon here.
What other desserts do you guys have at Saba's?
We also make tiramisu, and I'm going to show you our feature on baklava later. We're going to make flaming baklava.
Oh, see, you always light things on fire.
It's always better if you light it on fire. Yeah, it's always
good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and sort of stop right here because we're going to be doing this throughout the show.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll get that boiling, you'll add your lemon, you'll do all that good stuff, and then in about 20 minutes, we're going to be layering the phyllo dough, and we're going to be cutting it, and it's just going to start smelling good, and oh, so much yummy, yummy food here. So we're going to be doing that here in just a few minutes.